Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. In this video, I'm going to label the Bitcoin chart here on Coinbase. If you already know the long-term view, then you can just skip to the second half of the video where I'm going to talk about the short-term view. But Bitcoin at the moment on the Bitcoin USD chart from Binance calculated by TradingView, it has just become too unreliable. You remember that recently I moved from the Bitstamp chart over to Binance because I was asked by the community because the Bitstamp chart differed quite a bit from Binance. Now, unfortunately, the Binance chart here on TradingView, which is calculated by TradingView, I believe there is some inaccuracies when they get the data or whatever, but the price differed quite a bit. Yeah. So I've now moved to Coinbase, which is very much aligned with the Binance US chart, but the Binance US chart also has some weird glitches, so it's just a mess with these charts. So I'm gonna go to the BTC USD chart now on Coinbase. Coinbase is the exchange with the second highest Bitcoin volume, so it should be really accurate. I mean, if that doesn't work, I don't know what else to do. But obviously, as it's all about a lot is about micro counting at the moment because not too much is happening in the bigger picture. So I want to have accurate prices, right? So I'm going to label that together with you. I thought instead of me doing it in the, in the quiet chamber here, we're going to do it together. That gives a lot of people the chance to catch up on the wave count as well. Yeah. So I know it can be, you can copy all these drawings over with the, oh dear, what's up there? You can copy all these drawings over with the object tree, but it never is perfectly aligned, and it's also it's getting a bit of a mess. So anyway, we don't wanna move too much over. I don't care what happened here. We've got that on the long-term chart anyway. We really only want to look at this cycle, which is relevant here for us. We know that higher level where Bitcoin is. So it's an ABC here that we're doing, yeah, with an overshooting wave B, a so-called expanded flat. We had a wave 1 up in April. We're currently coming down in the wave 2. The wave 2 consists of ABC. The B wave is an overshooting B wave, which means we've got an expanded flat here. A lot of people have only recently joined MCO. Anybody who's been with us for a while knows that back in December already we looked at this C wave and we projected prices with a minimum target below 29k. So I think it was a good year for MCO because that was really, really accurate, and the first half of the year was actually quite straightforward, yeah, until we reached that target. And since then it's become a bit more difficult, but until June I had the view that we are going to go lower, 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 and now it's all about, we're getting towards the end of this bear market, but it still can stretch out quite a bit time-wise. So let's take a look from an Elliott Wave point of view then at these subwaves here. So we've got here our wave 1, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's not how quickly I normally label a chart. You need to count the subwaves and everything, but I obviously know about all of this because I'm just taking it over from the other chart. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're now in the wave 5. There are different ways of how you can label the subwaves. I've chosen a way where all of these subwaves, I see this entire move down as an ending diagonal. That's a valid view. You can also count all of these as an impulse. Then you have to label it slightly different. It doesn't really so much matter to what's happening down here. But because I label it as an ending diagonal, all of these subwaves are ABCs. So we have here an ABC, and like that, ABC, and we've got ABC obviously in 2, we've got ABC in 3, let me just think, yeah, ABC, I'm actually on the 4-day chart, better to go on the daily, got a bit more detail on here. Wave 4 was actually a WXY, and now we're coming down here in this ABC pattern in wave 5, so ABC, and we're now in the 5-wave move down. And this 5-wave move down consists of obviously 5 waves. So let me just zoom into my other chart that I've got here on the other screen. So what did we have? We've got here a wave 1 down, which bottomed at around 18,100. A wave 2 to the upside, which peaked at around 21.3k. A wave 3 down, bottomed here when as FTX collapsed. Possibly the wave 4 already done here to the upside. Could also go a bit higher, and then a wave 5 down. Again, let me here change the color and maybe the wave degree as well. to make it clearer. Then very important, I think we have some kind of what you could call a descending wedge going on here. Yeah, a bit of a trend channel in which we're currently moving. That's also why I'm thinking the wave 4 could stretch a little bit higher. We're currently looking at that. There's a few options how this could unfold, and we're gonna zoom in now. Go to the 4-hour chart is probably best. So let's just do this. By the way, I am still looking at a price for Bitcoin, possible bear market low around 14K. It could also go a bit lower. Again, we need to take it level by level here, but it certainly could also go lower. It all depends on, where do we turn around now. I also would like here to change actually the... No, didn't want to change it. Yeah, just do the... want to change the background to black. So, okay. So the idea is, so therefore we've got a few scenarios here. The one idea is that this wave 4 is already over, and then we are following here. Currently, I had it on the other chart as a blue count, so I'm going to do that as well. Going to change it to blue in a sec. So from here then, we are moving down in 5 waves. 1, ideally we are now coming back a bit higher in a wave 2, will then come down in a 3, 4, 5. So what do? I'm going to change here again the degree down a bit, and we go to the blue count. I think it was light blue, you'll see that better. Yep. So basically like that. And within the wave 2, we've got an A, B, C pattern. Yeah. So we've got our A wave to the upside, B wave down, C wave up. That's how I would ideally like to see it. And I believe this is likely because this whole structure in a wave 2 looks just much better with a stronger wave 2 to the upside. Otherwise, it's a bit too shallow, because if I draw the Fibonacci retracements, we only reach the 38.2% retracement so far. And an A wave oftentimes reaches that Fib level. But the C wave would then normally reach the 50%, maybe even the 61.8% retracement. Yeah. So I'm still looking at possibly higher, and it's a good chance we're doing that now, but it's taking time. And I also have to tell you, if we drop below the swing low of the 29th of December here, or the 30th of December at 16,000, I'll see, the price have changed now that I go to another exchange. I didn't. 16,330 is still the key level here. If we drop below that level, I think we're going to go down straight away without seeing that C wave. And then I would have to assume that the wave 2 was already in, even though I find that fairly unlikely. But yeah, if the market wants it like that, it's going to be like that. And then we know that we are probably coming down directly into the 14K area. So that's sort of the first scenario. We're going to go into detail there in a minute. This could obviously also go higher. Yeah, it could be that this wave 4 is actually over here. That's possible. That we get all of this as a larger A, B, C pattern and then come down. That's entirely possible as well. Therefore, I did label that in another color here on the chart before. So as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, that's possible as well, as a green count. But there's currently no way of telling the difference here, because what I have here as a blue AB could also be in the green count a 1, 2, and then we would move in the C in blue or the wave 3 in green. So they are very similar. So I don't want to cause too much confusion by talking about all of these scenarios in every video. Okay, just know that they are there. So yeah, that means we've got 3 scenarios. We've got the blue count, which assumes wave 4 was already in. We're going to go down, but see a C wave to the upside first before coming down. We've got the green count that basically follows the blue count, but will then move up a bit higher. Or the blue count in a variant that comes down straight away if we lose the 16,330 level. So let's go into the 1 hour chart now and really look at the detail here, because we did move quite a bit, and it annoyed me a bit that in the previous video when I made that this morning, that people said, oh, you know, when did you record that? It's already outdated. No, it wasn't outdated. I just used the TradingView chart that showed basically $50 less than is actually on Binance. But yeah, hey, where are we? So I've taken, obviously, I don't put all the subwaves in here now. We don't really need that anymore. The idea is that from this B wave low now, possibly, we started this C wave to the upside. The C wave has 5 waves. So we said it was a possibility that we moved up in a wave 1, came down here in a wave 2, and we're now climbing higher like that. Yeah. So it would be a bit like that. And I did have it in yellow. So that's certainly a possibility. However, I don't really like the subdivisions here. It's a lot of overlap. I'm not convinced. Ethereum looks much, much better here. Yeah, I would trading this, I would have much more trust in Ethereum. So if we say how high does the yellow wave 3 actually need to go to give us confidence that this is the correct wave count? It would need to reach 16,977. So we are not there yet. Yeah. At the moment, I really only have 3 waves up if you look at it like that. And on the lower time frame, I mean, you've got here a possible leading diagonal in a wave 1 up and a wave 2 down here. We talked about that in the last video as well. So from that point of view, not really much change. 1, 2, and we said here a wave 3 to the upside needs to be reached, a 4 down and a 5 up. Then we could maybe have this as a leading diagonal, which is not great, but so I just want to keep it correct here. So that's sort of how it could play out. We go to the 30-minute chart, then we see that in a little bit more detail. Yeah, if it's a leading diagonal, no, it can't be. This could have been. No, it can't be. It can't be because it's a wave 3. Well, it could be an ending diagonal, this wave C. Yeah. So, but again, that always costs the chart a little bit of reliability. So that would be an explanation why this is so choppy. Yeah, just as an example and explanation, what could be ending diagonal means the C wave obviously consists of 5 waves, but each of the subwaves consists of 3. So we've got here a possible A, B, C. I'm just showing you what's possible here. It's not a very good chart. Not the Bitcoin. Ethereum looks much better. You could also say that we had possibly an A wave here, a B, and we're now moving up in C. It would be an explanation of why this is so choppy. And then here that would be ABC and ABC up. We need to see. But there's no way around. You know, Ethereum, Bitcoin needs to reach that 16,009. What did I say? 16,950, 16,960 level. And certainly, what it should be doing now, it shouldn't. If that's a 1-2 here or an AB, doesn't matter so much. It now needs to hold this swing low at 16,540, and then it can push higher. This is certainly the support against we can focus on higher. And that's basically where we are with Bitcoin. Not really a massive change to this morning. It is important to break out of this channel eventually. So we've got that here, this parallel channel. I think that is quite relevant actually. So let me put that on the chart. But other than that, it's still choppy, it's still sideways action, and it's painful and frustrating. But you know, tomorrow the stock market is open. Hopefully we'll see a bit more impulses tomorrow, or maybe towards the daily candle close today. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.